could just talk a little bit. I know you've been saying some
I'll
amazing...
repeat the question, probably.
No, so you were saying some amazing stuff about the forward thinking of the Bible, but I'm also wondering, how does this reconcile with the fact that one of your former elders happens to be Betsy DeVos, whose views happen to be rather negative towards a lot of LGBT people and others?
Oh, that's a great plan. I'm not aware of that. I made some short films called DeVos. Are you reading from your phone?
No.
That's awesome. I made some short films called Numas. Anybody? We made some. The question was about the Secretary of Education and LGBT rights, and so I'm trying to figure out how to answer it because it's a bit fuzzy. I made a series of short films from 2001 to 2009. And there were a bunch of people, they were really expensive, none of us could afford to make it, so we had all sorts of people who chipped in to make them. So Betsy DeVos and her family were supporters of this work we were doing, making these Numas, along with, I don't know, 200, 300, 500 people. I believe that our LGBT brothers and sisters are our brothers and sisters and are fully supportive of affirming and open love and all of us together tackling the big problems that we have, because we have some big problems in the world. So I am totally, and I'm loving Adam and your church and all the work that you have done, supporting our LGBT brothers and sisters, totally behind you, totally supportive, and I think we all need to come along on this. And I think the tide has turned, and anybody here wish everything would speed up a little? And to me, the greatest challenge of the past 6 months. Does anybody feel like the past 6 months we've taken steps backwards? And to me, the great lesson of all human development and growth is it often is a couple steps forward and a step back. How many of you, when you think about your life, if you were looking for like an image or metaphor to describe your growth, how you've handled relationships, how you've handled finances. How many of you, if you were to pick an image, would be like, I think of a bald eagle taking off. You know what I mean? No, I think about like falling down a flight of stairs on a 10-speed bicycle wearing ice skates and oven mitts with duct tape under my arms. Anybody know what I mean? You're probably like, that's weird. No, yours is just as weird. And the great challenge of all evolution and human growth and development is to remember that things can only progress so fast. If any of you, I did an event one time. The first moment there was space for questions, a woman's like, I have a question. How come everyone doesn't see that love wins? I mean, it's so obvious that love wins. That's just so, I buy that book of yours and hand it to everybody I know and I shove it in their face and I say, don't you understand that love wins? What is your problem? Why can't you keep up with the fact that love wins? And why are people so resistant? And I was like, because your love doesn't win. This is kind of the message that we're getting here. And the real challenge is to remember that it moves forward and moves forward and moves forward, but inevitably you can only push things forward so much without the system having to collect itself, and that can often be really, really ugly. But to stay calm and remember your growth took a while. How many of you would like a recording of everything you thought about the world 15 years ago? We'll just pipe it over the PA and listen, maybe get some popcorn, or for you, a hard drink. Yeah. So what's interesting is I, as an individual, when somebody's like, come on, go faster, you need to be more, like, your carbon footprint's too big, and you're still eating things that aren't all totally organic, and a little bit after a while, I'm like, hold on, I'm coming. Anybody know what I'm talking about? And I would argue the great challenge of our political body is to call out the ridiculous, mean, nasty, vile stuff, but also to remember to extend to others what I want extended to me. And that's actually, to me, the real. Otherwise, you become, your enlightenment gets in the way of someone else's. Otherwise, your progress can actually work against someone else's. Doesn't mean you don't stand in solidarity, doesn't call out things. It doesn't mean when it feels like there are a couple of very wealthy people running the whole show, you don't say that violates something sacred to our common life together. Are you with me on this? And yet, you also remember this is going to take a while. That's how consciousness expands, is it takes a while. I argue it's the great challenge of our time.